Hello and welcome back to the Cens Mafia podcast, episode 2. I'm Sam Hossack, host and creator, and on today's episode, I am pleased to be joined by Schmaltz Cup winners with the Air Centennials, Jackson White, Jordan Pettitt, and Zack Masterson. Welcome to the show, boys.
Thanks for having us, bud.
Happy to be on.
Absolutely, and all the fans want to know, what was it like winning a Schmaltz Cup with the Air Centennials?
Who wants to talk about this one first, boys?
That's you. That's Captain Insano. That's all you, Captain.
That feeling was something really special, I think, to the group of guys that we had. Incredible. I was there for a number of years beforehand, getting into the Schmaltz run and then coming up short a few times with a good group of guys as well. So being able to come full circle and lift that trophy definitely was something special, and especially winning at home too for the fans, packed house. That was definitely something special. How about you, Whitey?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, the year before, kind of got tossed early by Essex and kind of left a bad feeling in our bad feeling for the whole summer. And then you're feeling bad for guys like Andrew Richard and Howie and Pools and Hacker and all the OAs that didn't get to win. And then obviously the big acquisitions that summer really helped us. And, it was great to go on a run and no one even really got in our way. We almost swept through everyone. I think Essex was the only team that we dropped a game to in New Hamburg. So it was pretty cool just to kind of roll the league like that. Really special team and happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's certainly a cool experience going through a playoff run like that. Coming to the rink every day, kind of knowing you're going to win, not to be cocky, but I feel like we were rolling well as a team and we had the depth and everything, and I think everyone knew what was possible. So it was just a matter of dialing in and getting there, and we were able to do that relatively easy and had a lot of fun doing it. So it was nice.
I think it was cool too that year because I remember we started the year 6-4, and we just started absolutely terrible, and then we just literally flipped the switch. Our motto that whole year was just to flip the light switch, and we really did it as soon as we started kind of in the hole after 10 games. We were just on fire after that. So yeah, it was cool, very cool experience.
Now, one memory from the Schmaltz Cup win the one year was Tim Berry said Masterson passing it between the legs to Jackson. So take us through how that went.
Play of the year.
This Massey made the play. He's got to talk about it. I mean, I take the credit, but his play.
Yeah, I came off the bench and I was just coming across the neutral zone and their defenseman was trying to break out, and I'm not one to ever lay a hit, so I just tried to poke it with my stick, and I got off a stick, but I was momentum going forward. So as I turned behind me to pick up the puck, I just saw some 6'4" giant falling behind me. So in my head, as soon as I crossed the blue line, I knew I was going backhand. I was dropping it back to Whitey. Hopefully he was paying attention. And I made the move. Goalie came with me, defender came with me, and I left it for him. And he shot it in the net right as soon as they went sliding in the net to take it off. So I was kind of
man. That was the easiest goal anyone could ever score. My girlfriend still chirps me about it. So, but yeah, that was a can of core and a hell of a play by Masty. But yeah, I tell Tim or GWG.
Only 2 players in Sens history to score a Schmaltz GWG.
That's too good.
Now, couple fan questions here. We'll get into these before some more Sens questions here. But Quinn Diamond asks, favorite guy to sit next to in the locker room?
What's is it a practice or is it a game? I don't know the question of it. If it's just you're around the guys, I think Quinn likes to think he was the glue guy of the team. I would have to say I'm gonna go with Jacob Wibbs. The guy would come in and he'd still have food in his mouth from dinner, and he just he had something going on. He either just woke up or he had something for the boys to tell him. The one story about the restaurant, I'm not gonna go all in, but when he you guys
Is this
know
a
I'm not
sushi
gonna-
date?
Was this his first date?
Yeah. Like just like coming in as a 16-year-old, you didn't really know. Like I didn't really know a whole lot was going on, and just hearing some of the stories, like everyone was great. Like that's what I think made the team so good, was like there was never any beef or anything like that, and the whole locker room was just great to come into. And but yeah, what about you guys? What do you guys think?
I think Ferris was quite the character to sit beside. I think he's a pretty entertaining guy. That and Sean Mitchell, those guys were two good guys to sit beside. I was on the D wall, so I only had the defense to pick from. But how about you, Masty?
My second year, I had the privilege of sitting beside Mr. Jackson White, and he was always a good time to sit beside. Always coming in with a ginger ale, bottle of Schweppes in his stall at all times. Could never go wrong with that.
What was Jordan's favorite apartment building to go to after a big win?
Yeah, I won. No, you take it, Pets.
Well, you go ahead. I want to hear what you got to say there.
Well, I was just gonna say that there was a little stretch of time there where Clipper had to Pets took me under my wing and always drove me to the games, practices, you name it, because I didn't have my like G license or anything or G2 license. But there was a little bit of time there where he was spending a little bit too much time there, and Clipper had to drive me. So that's all I got to say about it.
I don't know. Who was asking that question?
I'm not sure. It just got sent in our media group chat by one of the girls.
I definitely one apartment I did like hanging out at was definitely the Lux with the guys. That was a good glue spot for all our buddies. Definitely team gatherings, team dinners. That was a big part of our team chemistry that season. So definitely the Lux.
Another one here for Jordan. What was Jordan thinking blocking a shot when we were up by 9 goals?
Honestly, that was just kind of my role, and I never, like Whitey said, we kind of turned a light switch on, and I guess I forgot to turn that off after we went up 9, and I was always willing to soak one. Didn't matter what time of game or what the score was. I remember, I think that might have been against Norwich, the one, I think Kiersey may have asked that one. Blocking a shot with my face with like 30 seconds left, and we were up by 10 goals. Well, always knew my role and never kind of got outside of that.
And another one we had come through the Instagram, Beach19 on Instagram. Ask Jordan why his face looks like that.
I don't know, Beach. Just kind of fell down the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down, buddy. Don't know what else to say. Maybe it was because I blocked too many shots with up by 9.
And the final one we have here for Jackson. How does it feel to have the coolest cousins ever?
Coolest cousins ever?
Yeah.
Who said that?
That was from Moles Dales.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
That's cool. I have to say that they do fall just barely second though to the Walshes or the Whites though. So I feel bad saying that, but I'm an honest guy. But yeah, they're pretty cool cousins, and I'm happy they asked a question. But yeah, I can't say they're the number one.
All right,
Guys throwing out honesty here.
Now back to some Cens stuff here. Obviously, last year the Centennials bought the Kitchener Dutchmen. So for you guys as alumni, how special was it to see the history that was kind of coming into the Air Centennials?
I thought that was pretty awesome, seeing the Centennials come so far as to almost folding as a junior D club, coming back with the local support that they had. Honestly, truly, the Evie family helping enormously, and the Tim Berries of the community and so many other people. To watch them build that hockey team from where they started to becoming a junior B club is it's truly something special, and especially with that community, everybody pitches in. It's a great place to play hockey, so I'm very excited for the all the new guys coming into play. They're gonna have a great time. And again, that doesn't happen without, like Jackson touched on, a lot of the guys that were playing before. We kind of started that winning atmosphere. It definitely to the Andrew Richards and everybody like that, all the OAs definitely steamrolled the way for this to happen too.
Yeah, it's certainly cool to see them make the jump to junior B. I think my time there, I always like viewed it as a junior B, if not higher club, the way they treat you there, and the management, the community support is pretty awesome. And to go through all that as a junior C team is kind of surreal. I played junior C back in Kingston, and it was nowhere near compared to what it was up when I was with Air. Just it felt kind of like a business when you were with Air, and really professional, and a lot of good people in the organization. So to see them make the jump, obviously junior B is like a big league up in that area. So I could see them being contender just based off the community support, no matter who they sign or whatever, just because the way it's run and the fan base there. So certainly nice to see them.
Yeah, you just look at like at the leadership with, you know, the head coach Cody Hall, Tim Barry, the GM Jeff Grimwood, and then we had a ton of other great coaches too while we were there. But you know, everything they do in kind of life is like they all own their own companies, and they're just, you know, great people to be around. And you know, they kind of started this whole tradition with the Sens, and you know, they won in junior D, they won in junior C, they're gonna win in junior B. Like I'm very confident. They just, everything they do, they've had success with. So I don't see it stopping soon. And obviously it carries down to the guys. Like yeah, for me, like it kind of was Andrew Richard kind of started the whole thing, and then you know it transferred to Pettitt, like the captaincy, and you know all the guys, they just look out for each other, and it just, you know, it all starts with the upper management and just gets passed down to the players. It's a really good, you know, family atmosphere and relationship with them.
Now, for the young guys that are going to be coming to the Centennials next year, 16, 17-year-olds, what would your best advice to those guys be to kind of welcome them to the community of Air?
Enjoy it. Enjoy everything about it. You know, the community, the special time you get as a junior player. It doesn't last forever, so really play every game your hardest and make it the best experience for yourself as you can. You know, look at what happened to a bunch of the OAs now, you know, kind of getting shafted a little bit for their season. I know they're starting that petition up, and I hope they get some traction going, because I think those boys really do deserve their OA season. So I think it's important too for the OAs to get their season, for those young guys coming in and seeing, you know, the league taking care of those boys, you know, getting some closure to their junior hockey career. And, you know, you need those old boys too to show the kids the ropes of the league. So yeah, for those young bucks coming into Air, be excited to wear that jersey. It's something special.
Yeah, I think listen to the older guys in the room. A lot of like one of my favorite things about junior hockey and going through the ropes was always playing with guys a lot older than you. You hear so many cool stories about hockey events, life events, everything. It's just absorb it all in, and it'll make you a better person. And obviously playing with guys like that, you'll mature quicker and stuff. So just try and keep an open mind, and make as many friends as you can. Even coaches, like you coaches kind of like you look up to them, and you feel like there's this barrier between coach and player. But one thing you learn early is they were in your exact same shoes, and they're always there for you. So to be able to form a friendship with all the guys there is something that's irreplaceable.
Yeah, basically just what both you guys just said. That's all I got to is like a lot of my friends now after I'm done hockey are the same friends I had when I was playing with the Sens, and that all started, you know, in the locker room. And I didn't go out very much, but it was after the game, going to Queens, or like all the relationships. I would just say, like, show your face as much as you can, and you know, get to know the guys.
Now, after some hard-hitting questions, we'll have a little bit of fun here before we wrap up. So, starting with Masterson, some of the Ben Sens videos, how fun were those to kind of record?
They were good. Yeah, enjoyable. I like to talk. I like to run my mouth. So being able to sit down and interview and kind of flaunt my obnoxiousness was nice. So yeah, they were cute too. You know, Ben was a cute kid, and I don't know. I just liked I liked them.
Now, what is the biggest secret about Tim Barry that you guys know that you can share?
Whitey's the gossiper, so
Yeah, Whitey. I
Whitey
was
gets
gonna
all the
say
dirt.
Whitey's the guy. Whitey's the air boy.
That we can tell on air, eh? I think it's just honestly like how many times that guy can say beauty or sauce in a sentence, man. Like he will literally come up to you and like I've never like I've played shinny with him a bunch of times or like men's pickup league, and you'll never receive a pass that isn't a saucer pass, and he'll never speak a sentence without saying the word beauty. Like they go hand in hand, but like he just wants to one up everyone, and he just wants to have the best lingo. Like all of his words like don't make too much sense. So I don't know if that's a secret, but that's mostly what I got for Timmer.
That's funny. I guess maybe the one secret he kept from everybody was that first year us winning the Schmaltz. He put a coin in the center ice for good luck. Didn't tell anybody until we won, and at the end of the game, you know, Arena boys chisel that out for us. That was kind of a cool secret he held from us.
I didn't realize that was Timmer. I thought that was Kitty, but that's cool.
Totally could have been wrong, but
I thought Bobby Orr came and put it in himself.
Yeah, Timmer really is the Jackie Moon of the Go JHL.
Funniest story from your time in air?
what do you got, Nasty? I'm trying to think.
Oh, I got too many. I got to pick a good one. I think one of my favorites is actually about Jordan Pettitt.
Oh, here we go.
The one year he had a rink in his backyard. And when he told me the story, I had never laughed so hard in my life. He was out on his rink at about 3 a.m. taking slap shots. And his neighbor came outside and asked him to keep it down. And he said, "I'm the captain of the Air Centennials," and proceeded to continue taking slap shots.
Anything to win, buddy?
There may have been a few explicits in there, but that's the appropriate.
Oh, man. How about you, Eddie? What do you got?
Funniest story on the Sens? I guess I don't really feel bad, but like, you know, Port Hope, like they just couldn't, like they couldn't ever beat us. And I don't know if, no, this would have been your year, but so they lost like the year before. We played them in the Schmaltz, and then we played them in the Schmaltz, and then we pumped them, and then they went up 2-0 on us the next year, and then we rolled them in 4 after that. And I think like the funniest story for me was like these guys were legitimately like training in the off season. They were like coming 2-3 hours before the game to prepare. And then, you know, we had guys that were, you know, working 95, showing up in tracksuits, and these guys were prepared. And the memory I'm trying to tell is Logan Beachy's in a jock with Casey McKay, smoking a dart, and these guys are like we're gonna roll these guys, and then we would just flip the switch, show up, and we were the better team. My funniest story that I don't want to talk about though is easily Pat's when Richie tackled Beachy
and Tommy.
That's probably the funniest story, but that one's probably not good to tell. What about you, Pat?
I'm trying to remember. There's so many good ones. I don't know. Probably the classic Zeddy first bus trip story is always a classic for me. But I don't know, one season, not going into much detail, there was a team gathering at old Ricky's house, and we were one short, didn't really clue in. It was dead of winter. Didn't really clue in until it was time to go to bed, and one of us kind of popped up and said, we're missing, I'm not going to say any names, but we're missing the one guy, and we ended up finding him as an icicle in one of the snowbanks on the walk home. So that was a pretty good one. But I think the Zeddy's bus trips are top that for sure.
There was another one that came to mind, Pettitt.
Oh.
What about Gene on Gene?
Oh, man. The Jackson White. Yeah, White, that's yours. You can elaborate that one.
Yeah, I'm kind of cringing right now, but I definitely felt like that was my most like humiliating thing that happened to me. Definitely while I was on the Sens for sure. But yeah, I came to practice one day and just I got absolutely roasted for probably 2 weeks straight of what I did with just like a little high school mishap that happened, and I can't really go more into detail than that, but it's definitely a funny one for me for sure. I think everyone like Sam, I feel bad because a lot of these are like inside jokes, but like everyone's gonna get ripped. We just had a great locker room, and this happened to almost everyone. So
yeah, we did. We had a good locker room. Those funniest stories, they're definitely a different kind of podcast. That's for sure.
They're a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
I can see the comments already. All the Sens from those years is just gonna be lighting up the Instagram comments to tell the stories now.
Wow, we're not live, are we, Sam?
Not yet. No, like it's gonna go on YouTube after, but it's not live right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, all the boys would be lighting up the comments right now if it was live. I bet. For sure.
Oh yeah.
Daimel just texted me, and he was wondering, this is kind of an argument. I'm sure Massey and Pettitt might get into it or not, but you know, who is the better team? Was it the first year smallest team, or was it the second year?
First year.
I go back on it for sure.
You couldn't beat us.
Yeah, I think
there's an attitude.
I think it's a tough one because
on paper, second year was better.
I think we were a lot better defensively the first year and a lot better offensively the second year. But I don't know, man. Like our backs were against the wall in that second year, and every time we just like found a way. But that first year, it was like we just rolled everyone. I don't know, but I strongly think I'm sorry, Pettitt, you might hate me after this, but I think our second year was better.
You can get off the Zoom call now. No, I'm biased because I wasn't a part of that second team. Unfortunately, I was too old, but definitely, I don't know. I liked our first year. I think first year team, you just couldn't beat us, you know?
I think our second year we had way too much skill.
Yeah, you guys were a lot more skilled that second year. Just the attitude we had on that first year team. Not bashing the second year team. I was rooting for you guys all the time, but I'm just reflecting on how we would show up to the rink and how, you know, we had an attitude about us where you just weren't going to beat us. And it wasn't a cocky, it wasn't arrogance. It was just a dead set in stone feeling you had when you got to the rink. Like a screw you, don't you ever take my puck kind of thing.
If you're like a opposing team's like top line and you're just seeing Jordan Pettitt and Sean Mitchell in the corner, like I don't know who wins that puck battle, but they're not coming out with that puck. Like don't you ever touch my puck, baby. Yeah.
Oh, 2 versus 1, Whitey. 2 versus 1. First year wins.
Good thing we're not getting on under Pets' skin here. He's got the punching bag back there in the corner. He's just throwing around like McGregor.
Hey, Pets,
to get him
show us some moves.
go for a round quick.
Yeah.
That thing gets me 10 times out of 10.
What's your guys' favorite junior C trip when you guys were playing? What was the big road trip that you kind of guys went on that you really loved doing?
I think first year the roadies home from Essex, because we won both times, and we got Swiss Chalet after the game, so that was nice. But yeah, good 3 hours. Honestly, you can never spend enough time with those guys. So I don't know, 3 hours on the bus, a couple of Gatorades afterwards, some Swiss Chalet, just hanging out was always good. And then the second road trip back was after a big overtime win, going to the finals. So those were pretty enjoyable bus trips, those two.
Yeah, I got two of them. I liked the Essex and also Grimsby. You know, I always liked beating up Grimsby. That was always a good time. But the other one, kind of dark horse, was Hagersville. My very first year, we were in the loop with Hagersville. That was just a gong show of a game. Every time you were playing them, there's fights. You're getting spat on in the stands. I don't know, kind of like an old school hockey feel, and I used to love that. So definitely getting yipped on your way back to the bus too was always a good time.
You ever go in the
Word
stands,
exchange.
Pat?
One time, wasn't in Hagersville though. Lucky we had such a great GM, you know, an assistant coach that year.
The rink had to renovate, didn't they, to prevent players from climbing up in the stands?
Yeah, they replaced the bars and put glass in so that no player could ever once again attempt to join the audience.
I would have to say in the regular season for me, it was always Norwich, just because they normally played like late on Friday nights. It was always a fun time playing in Norwich. I always liked that arena, and then we won a championship there.
Ricky,
One with Richie, with the older guys. My first year, that was a really fun time coming home. And then I would have to say Port Hope, just because I don't know if we ever lost in like other than game one. I don't think we ever lost in Port Hope, and Matthew was saying we always got fed well. So yeah, it was a good time coming home from Port Hope. It wasn't as long too, like Essex, man. That was like a 3-hour roadie. Port Hope was at least like an hour and a half. Wasn't too bad.
Now the two Schmaltz Cups, one was won on the road and the other was at home, right?
Both were at home.
Oh, both are at home. So out of the two, I know Jordan's kind of out on this because he didn't win one of them, but what was the favorite one? Was the crowd kind of more jacked up for one, or were they jacked up for both?
What do you think, Masty? I don't know.
The first one, the crowd was pretty jacked up, and that was like my first experience with that. Second one was a bit more, I could take it more in. I kind of, when we at the end, I kind of sat off to the side and just kind of watched it and listened, and it was pretty cool. But the first one, it was just, you were pumped up about it. I barely even remember, but I liked playing in front of them. They were loud and it was a good crowd. But I think the second one's more my favorite because I was able to appreciate it more.
Yeah, I think the first one was cool because we'd never done it before. But what I'm trying to say is like the fans, like we were up 3 straight against Port Hope and we beat them the first year. So like I never really felt like we were ever going to lose that series. Whereas the second year, like when we were down 3-1 to Essex, like we really counted on our fans to be there, and they showed up. Like the whole community showed up, and we rallied back from 3-1. So I think kind of like that atmosphere, it was like just bigger games, just because we were down so much in the series, and kind of roaring back like that was pretty cool to do it at home. So I'd say Game 7. Sorry.
Duty calls, eh?
Movers.
It's Disney actually.
Yeah, I'd say the second year, kind of the fans were a huge part of it, just because yeah, we went down and we really relied on them. So, but they were always there, no matter the game, every big game, they always showed up.
For sure. And before we wrap things up here, just get a little bit from each of you on how excited you are to see the Air Centennials as a Junior B club next season when things get rolling again.
Super excited. Definitely fired up for the community to get to experience that level of hockey, especially because they're the ones that made it possible. So that's kind of the fruit of their labor. All the guys that put the hours in on staff, like the coaches, the Halseys, the Timberries, the Grimwoods, like, and all the volunteers. I can't even list them all off, but they deserve it 100%. And I'm very excited for those players coming in because they're gonna have a blast. There's a great place to play hockey. Can't say enough good things about the organization.
Yeah, excited to see them at Junior B. Excited to see them excel. I think it'd be cool to be a part of a organization and a dynasty that's pretty much won at every single level. That's kind of something cool. Kind of hope I can still sneak in the back door, catch a game for free, but I don't know how they'll tighten the ship up, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, being kind of like I grew up in Air, and it's it's gonna be cool. I actually grew up watching Cody play for the Winterhawks when they went back to back in 2005, 2006, I think. And I think with their leadership, with like what Pettitt said about all the coaches, they've been successful everywhere they've went in life and hockey. I got no doubt in my mind that they're going to be right there soon. And I just hope I hope they're guys. I hope they don't get to lose that OA year, just because I know how special that is for guys. I never got to play it, and like Pettitt, I couldn't imagine if you didn't get your OA year. I mean, I feel really bad for these guys if they lose a year of eligibility. So, I mean, I know my voice doesn't mean anything, but I think the OHA should really extend that for these guys, because I mean, these are your friends for the rest of your life, and it'd be really crappy if you couldn't spend that last year with them.
Yeah, before you talk there, Zach, I want to piggyback on that. You got those kids that are losing their last year of hockey. They're turning 20, 21 or so. Those kids dedicated majority of their life to that game, and to kind of have their last season snatched away is just terrible to think about. I couldn't imagine not being able to play my last year. They dedicate every single year of their life to that game, and that last season means so much to so many people, like to them, and to not even get the chance to get some closure, I think that's going to have a really negative effect on a lot of people. And I think they definitely deserved it. They earned it. They bled for it. They sweat for it. I think those kids really. I hope the OHA does something for that, because that's something big. That's not something that can just get pushed to the side. Sorry, Zach, you go ahead.
Oh yeah, certainly. That's part of your life. My whole overage year was just hockey. Take it in. This is it. This is all. So it made it extra enjoyable and made me appreciate it even more. So to be spending your whole life playing hockey, looking forward to going out well and going out on your terms and stuff, and having that taken away from you certainly would suck. So yeah, it's unfortunate, and I know good things will happen. Certainly, there's no way people at the OHA can see this and not see it as an issue. So should hopefully get their season back next year, and everything should be kosher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of what you said, Massey, but like that's it, that's all. And I think that was kind of like I remember people saying this is kind of it for us. Like a lot of people, when we won the Schmaltz, like that was their last hockey game, and all those guys, if COVID happened that year, we wouldn't have got that experience, because there's no way we could have won without the OAs. And I just hope that for like the guys like Kwalik and all those guys, they can get an opportunity to and with them too, with it being Junior B now, a lot of those players are going to want to play after, not like us. So just be a shame if they couldn't get that last year junior.
Absolutely, and obviously everyone's pulling for those guys, but at the end of this, I'd like to thank Jackson White, Jordan Pettitt, and Zack Masterson for hopping on here. It was a pleasure to meet you guys and be able to talk some Air Centennials hockey with you guys tonight.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Pleasure.
Let's go around the horn though. I gotta hear one more thing out of the boys. and then that's it. Pets, I want to hear your favorite one teammate on the Sens, and the biggest goal that you saw scored. And you can't say anyone on this pod because then it's weird. And then we're going.
To be honest with you, that favorite teammate, I honestly don't think I could pick just one individual out. You guys know me. I loved everybody that wore that jersey with me and sat beside me in the dressing room. So, if I gotta go with favorite, probably Andrew Richards. You know, him and I are tight. We played years and years together. I know last year might be salty because I didn't say you, but
Hey, you're the last guy I'd pick.
I know, worst captain ever, right? So, favorite goal, was it, Whitey, or best goal?
Man, I'm just I just miss you guys. I just want to continue.
Well, maybe me getting my teeth knocked out a couple shifts before I potted the game winner in Paris the one playoff season after Sean took my whole top jaw off. That was a pretty decent goal, I'd say. Not missing a shift. So I think, you know what, I'm going to toss that my way. I don't score too many goals, so I'll pat myself on the back for that one.
That's beauty. What about you, Masty?
Oh, favorite teammate's a tough one. Yeah, too many good ones to choose from. Let's see. He was a teammate for a short period of time, but this guy was an Air Centennial, and I'm going to have to go with John Foreman. That guy he would go through the wall for anyone without the bat of an eye. Always entertaining, too. Him and his Jimmy.
Good guy.
Good guy.
How about you, White? Oh, you got to do a goal, buddy. You got to do a goal.
Can I do one of my own?
Yeah. It's very tough, but my favorite line mate was definitely Masty.
Wow, that's nice.
Just it always seemed like whenever we got to like the playoffs, I would somehow move up from the fourth line to somehow play with you, and I could never keep up with you, but it always just kind of worked out. Favorite teammate, like you guys said, I probably shouldn't ask that question, but I gotta mix it up. I mean, the easy answer is Dymo, but I can't golf with the guy now because he just gets in your head and he yips and he takes all my money. So, yeah, I'd have to say it's a toss up between Richie, Pettitt, and Dymo. You guys were just always kind of like, you guys just always took me under my wing, and I really appreciated that. So yeah, I would have to say that. And then biggest goal, I would definitely say Hudson Michaelis Game 7 in Essex or against Essex at home. But yeah, that's basically it.
Awesome. That's a great way to end it. So thanks again, boys, and I'm sure the listeners are gonna love this.
Thanks.
All right, boys.
Thanks.
Take care.